this works. There we go.
Saved it.
Sorry about that, everybody. Apparently, I didn't know that my stream was off. I don't know why, but... Oh... Yes. Alrighty then.
What is it? God,
So,
Hello.
I see.
I'm just gonna skip this whole thing because I know how it goes.
All right. Pleased to hear.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Well then.
Anybody need milk?
All right then.
Let's go.
Let's go kill some things.
Let's not.
Go open so people can hear it. You know? Are you kidding me?
All right then. Let's head there right away.
Close your eyes. What am I gonna do?
Oops. Oh, that's good.
What am I gonna do?
I got very bad sense of direction.
Hey! Wait! Yep. This place. Let's go.
What now?
Alright, so...
Yep, we're safe here.
All right. How's that?
I knew you could do it.
Such skill. Let's push through.
Yeah, nice work. I knew you could do it. Oh, right, you did it.
All right. How's that?
Hey, great job. All right, we did it.
This is bad. They're on to us. Come on.
Yeah, nice work.
All right. How's that?
Exemplary.
Oh, I think they see us.
I can feel the power coursing through me. Draw steel. We are spotted.
Hey, great job.
Such skill.
Amazing. Great move back there.
That was so close.
Come on.
That was brilliant.
Amazing. Great moves back there.
All right. How's that? Yeah, just push through.
Exemplary.
Looks like we're safe for now. Yeah, nice work.
We cannot avoid this fight. Stand ready.
Yeah, nice work.
Very impressive.
All right. How's
Yeah,
that?
nice work.
They saw us.
Yeah, nice work.
They've noticed us.
Let's push through.
Yeah, nice work.
Boom of the
They
thunder.
saw us. Come on. I can feel my power growing.
Yeah, nice work.
I should have listened to it. Oh boy.
Strong ones ahead. Gotta be careful.
Don't want to do that.
We've scattered them. Our efforts were not in vain.
Sorry, my eyes are going tired again, but I'm not gonna go with that.
Hey. Okay then. Got it.
Yes, let's call it a day. Back to the Grand Trad Tavern. And skip this meal, and we'll be done, and...
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It just sounds like so much of an author reading his own book. Which is actually interesting, because we do know certain people who tend to tell tales. Okay, Catherine, we are not, available yet.
God, I am grateful.
As a virtues.
So,
Always together now,
we meet again.
tolerance.
All right.
Ah, the two. Why couldn't it be a R?
What is it? Amazing.
Alright. Time to
Yeah.
help her.
Europe. Next up is
Okay.
then.
I guess that is...
Let's try this.
Whoa.
And... Fridays, but I suppose we still have to start into the customer.
Hmm.
Helping out didn't go very well.
Now then.
Damn it! Step in the right direction, though.
Why?
I continued to help out as the night went on.
Time marches on, and the age of a new
am
king
so
draws
far.
nearer.
The announcement is soon.
So Fulton's grand announcement is coming tomorrow, is it? What's this proclamation of his going to be anyway? Wonder if he's going to thank us what we did in the Grand
No.
Grand Cathedral. I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Ostensibly, the state army is getting all the credit for taking down that human, after all. We shall know soon enough. So there's little point contemplating it further. Until then, let us simply do what we can as we wait for events to unfold. The Sanctus grand announcement is happening tomorrow. Whoa.
God, I am grateful.
When can I enter the Grand Cathedral, I wonder? For normal men, the Cathedral campaign the limit at night. And
What accursed devilry is this? just can't stand it.
I wonder if we can do that in the future of the game. Let's check the calendar. I'm gonna check that one. Fence. Ending a morning period. No. Okay, so there's 5 days in each month. So everything stops after month 10. Forgiveness Day. Oh well. What shall we do? Guess we can increase our wisdom with
Something else?
some city sightseeing.
Oh. Okay. Whoa.
Streets are packed, but at least it's not as huge a crowd as the Royal Funeral had. There are a bunch of nobles on the main street. Grand Cathedral. I see some Kamar Road and even some Ishkia. Look, you head to the back streets. You see more parapets, because that's what a class divide looks like. And then there's you, the only elder in town. It's crazy how people will say the most vile things right to your face. Get off with it. I know, they aren't even directed at me, and it still makes me sick to my stomach. Just remember, there's not a single thing wrong with you. So stand tall, okay? You're as free to walk these streets as anyone else.
Now then.
My wisdom has increased. Please. Yeah.
Wisdom. Wise.
Yeah. I'm gonna get out of here, please. Alright, now I can go talk to that woman.
It's time. Save it.
Yep.
What is it?
I want to go to the merchant.
Oh, I am grateful.
God, I am grateful.
What to do?
Not sure if it was the right pronunciation, but I gave it my best.
Unstinking believer.
Grand Cathedral, why?
Profile.
What is it?
Hello, lady.
Back again.
Turn the storm.
I put my overflowing wisdom on display. I'll be able to stand on my ground with people as powerful as this woman.
Yes.
Well, I suppose you really are more than Jesus. I certainly can't imagine Grius would have worked with any normal child. I'm glad to hear it. Now I'd like to see what you're made of. Of course you do.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brigitte. I run this shop and manage trade of magic igniters. This is your first time in Grand Trad, you mentioned. Then, what do you think of magic igniters?
I don't know.
Haven't had much to do with them yourself, then? Well, I suppose that's more convenient for me. All right, next. Are you good at keeping secrets?
I'd like to think I am.
Fair enough. Frankly, I trust that answer more than I would a direct insistence. Then, I have one last question. Do you believe in God?
Not the one everyone else does. I have my own beliefs.
In other words, not the god of sanctism. Well, that's enough for me. Yes, I think there's potential in you. I'd like to ask you to handle an extermination mission. You're fit for the task. The fact is, our trade route for Ignitus has been, shall we say, compromised. A local monster's apparently made the place its feeding grounds. Evidence suggests its actual nest is near the place I personally checked out. I want you to go there, find it, and exterminate it.
Wait, hold on just a moment. You're asking us to handle something so important? Is that even okay?
I'm asking you precisely because it's so important. There are reasons I'd rather not bring this to the Guard. I usually prefer discretion with these sorts of things anyway. Especially with groups like them. But if Grius trusts you, then I certainly can.
How are you connected with Grius?
I hardly think that bears discussion right now.
What do you think? It does seem like she could use the help, but...
You will be compensated, of course, and generously. There's also the option of discounts on my stock, if that appeals. Additionally, rumor has it there's even treasure to be found at the monster nest. I'd say the potential rewards are a fair match for the risk.
It's a strange request, but someone connected to Grius probably wouldn't try to trick us. It doesn't seem like a bad deal between compensation and treasure.
I hope you've no objections to the job.
Understood.
Thank you. You're bound for Belega Corridor. It's only a short distance away from here.
This one's important.
Ooh.
It's here.
We'll face danger here.
If you don't have a way there, I'll lend you my carriage. Not the kind of trip you'll want to make on foot. You can leave the city through the large gate south of the central street. Don't die out there now.
Don't know something about it. Oh, true.
All right then.
Sky!
Let's head there right away.
What is it?
Amazing. Fancy a bit.
Hey!
Want in on this?
Easy stuff, Monet. Spear of some sort. Let's move to
Just between us.
Huh.
Amazing. What is it?
Say there.
Where to?
Oops.
All right, let's head there right away.
Alright.
Come on,
Guess we'll do it some other time.
Stop that at once!
All right then.
Shoot, whoever said stop that at once is crazy and Nancy.
What is it? Oh?
Oh-ho!
Sure, but...
I know I'm rare, but do we need to make such a big deal out of it? I should explain my family has something of a history with fairies. As a boy, my parents would even tell me stories about fairies before bed.
I wonder...
My thanks.
Yeah, but we're going to be skipping it, though, because we need to get to the
Long ago.
tomorrow part. Sorry,
Alright.
but we have to. Why was imagination slow?
Well then.
Well...
It would seem the disaster was averted.
Cheers to that. Water stay.
Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
ladies and gents, lend me your ears. Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
So it really is His Majesty?
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king. This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me. If, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table. Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So, literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
But hold on, you mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word. Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
I heard the announcement. The Church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent, and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news, too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that, too, was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
I'll go look for her.
You will? Thank you. When I think of what might happen to her...
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Wonder where she went.
Where?
You're kidding.
Whatever.
Hey!
Get over there.
All right, then.
Ridiculous.
Ooh, very these guys sound like.
This is alright.
Hey, listen. You sound like a damn fool.
I'm out of ideas.
What should I do?
Just can't believe it's true.
Helping.
Ridiculous. Stupendous. I'm in it now.
Returned on the day of the field, this is a giant rock. And this guy said, this day that commemorates the crowning of the first king of Ukrainia after he won the annexed war, isn't it? Yeah, the first one year to celebrate our counting. It seems this year will be on a grand scale entirely.
Close your A, oh, close your A.
Hello there.
You know that little half-blood girl? You know that what she's wrong, you're just asking for trouble? She becomes a third for a while, no matter how many times she gets.
Huh? Why?
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry. Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral's broken?
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
It's going to be all right. Don't worry.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. The prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Maria, you're safe. Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria. Yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we've finally some room to breathe. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a Kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. I think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oh, man. You didn't even realize it.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne. Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it will be easy. And the real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
Do you think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
We need a plan, and then we can take action. Zelda, I'm an outcast in the city. I think that gives us an advantage here.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait! It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
Infiltrating Luis's ranks will be dangerous. When I'm found out, I'll be as good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
Of course I do.
No hesitation at all.
Right.
The prince spoke to me in my youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
I inherited Greece's journal. The tournament for the
Good
throne.
heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
Yes. I've got a job to do.
Huh. Familiar words. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
That was the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
We'll see each other again.
You better not forget.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we're unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
This should be the place, right?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Hey? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. There a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up?
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
Whew. That was a close one.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on! There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
Are you lot here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme. A villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
This might just be perfect.
You have any idea who that is? That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin, you can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Stuck up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
Maybe it's because we don't actually have to win?
Sharp as always, Captain. Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight? Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barton, a guard captain from Atira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
There's nothing pitiful about it.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure, thank you all. And thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
Oi, oi!
20 minutes. That's rich and mere fledgling with no history or experience to speak of. As king? The idea makes me
No,
sick to
thank
my
you.
stomach. The idea leader of this country is a dignified man of a great age, full of years of experience, and yet upstart school children like you and Louise there too. It hardly matters. You won't be able to fight much no longer. So struggle as you like. I'd be happy to give you the usual at your funeral. And there's two.
Hey!
Maybe you hold Bible if you get yourself. Come up there.
Let's focus.
Okie dokie. No deadline.
Let's call it.
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Oh, no, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order. Though 'tis only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
'Twas not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight. Let's rest.
That's great, I guess. What do you got? Penis.
Just between.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Guess we gotta go to bed. Oh, it's
Good
just
night.
always so fast.
Can I come in?
Of course.
What's wrong?
Well, you're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So, I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
Oh, it's all right. You don't have to worry.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again. Can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Sure. Yes, I know.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
You truly are devoted to him, aren't you?
I suppose I am at that. A guiding oath of 12 years is not easily cast aside. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two? So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, it's not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Juna!
Lady Juna!
His face.
Faraway sky, blue and clear. Echo my wish, so that all may hear. One and all born to this land, as here we stand. Let us greet the rising dawn, hand in hand. Faraway sky, blue and white. Faraway sky so clear. Let life be a light. Let my wish echo. What's that song? Far beyond the
Wow. Everyone seems to like her.
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78 Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Guido!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, Friar! Where's Count Louise?
Right, all right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound!
Him? So he was one of Luis's men?
The fallen king embraced sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power! Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow, if we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And, if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
A land runner? It's quick!
Wait, it's headed right for them!
It'll crash! Whoa!
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What hell? Isn't he a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral!
Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time.
That feckless, shameless old fool!
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all. Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on! So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
It's incredible!
A real adventure awaits. Ended up sending out more than I expected. I gained a lot of interest, but I only consider this a part of my mission to aid the prince. Ooh.
Just a sec!
Oh, what's with this thing? Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
So I just run out along the main road, then the others seem to be doing as much. You're just as crazy as this runner. I'll take that as a compliment, little lady. Now let's have some coordinates for a little test run. What is happening right now?
Let's see.
We want to go to a place called Martira, Old Castle Town, I think. Should be a ways south. Alright.
Wow!
Down to Martira, eh? On those scratched legs? Oh, I'd say that'll be 4 days, 3 nights about.
Oh.
4 days and 3 nights. That's a great deal faster than a carriage. Excuse me. And surely the roads will be safer at that kind of speed. Jolly good. Now, cinch those bridges, chaps, full steam ahead to Martira, Old Castle Town. It's like such real.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you used to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Fuck! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neurus. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
He's got the wheel.
Neurus? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
It's too much to do.
As always. To business, then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But, pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. but I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it! Off with you now! Leave me be!
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Nuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer, butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this... mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the Balliol runner alone.
Look, this runner... it is fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where, last I heard. So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness... Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
So he knows too.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Quite probably the world. I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
I think we can count on him. If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. but he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brilehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
I think it's a perfect idea.
Makes sense, doesn't it? The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet... 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
The gauntlet runner.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
Galaga is very doubtful. Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities, such as the strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit Academia by finding more and interacting with him. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look around your way there.
Oh, yeah?
Now let's see what the engine room's like. There's more. There's a washing machine to raise our MP.
This?
What one makes this thing run?
Hello?
First time on a gauntlet runner, eh? Oh, that scared me. Looks like that pipe's in here too. Hold a runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the oracles in our workings. Gauntlet runners use magnet crystals as fuel to run, you see? Used to be, you take your life in your hands when you travel the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on the colossal beasts, made for zero momentum loss, even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed. Another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress, but by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. Right. You will continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available over time. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling, which may help to improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. Booyah. It's fun just to show you guys. I know, like I said, I've already been through this. I know this, like, the washing machine, it raises your max MP by 3. Upright cleaning tool raises your max HP by 5. Where else? The kitchen, you can make other stuff. If you have the right ingredients, though. Yes, we already know about that. Thank you very much. So you got plenty of these to start with. You'll get more as the story goes on. What else? I've never used the washroom or toilet or the pantry. Well, I think I did use the pantry once. I forgot what I found in it. Beds to pass the time. Books. This one is like a plant seeder, which is really good for planting seeds and stuff. Oh, I almost forgot. Other things about the washing machine is that other than raising your max MP, it allows you to find money among the clothes that are washed, which is really helpful in case you need to buy anything. Along with the cleaning tool that raises your max HP, when you search certain areas, you also find different items, like an ingredient or an accessory or what have you. They're really useful too. Strategy room, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's a strategy, it's a war room. So you just go to the table, select your destination, and then boom, you're on your way there on the Gauntlet Runner. Sorry, we're going up and down to really, but oh, this one. This will actually help. Once you get to Martira for first or second night. This one, I'm not going to spoil it, but if you guys want me to do another stream tomorrow for this game, I might be able to show you what you can use this for, because it's very useful. It is very useful. I'm not going to say what it does for those who don't know how it works. And that's about it, I believe. Oh, and apparently in the back of the back deck, there is a cloth-covered device right here. Covered barrel. It's not just any barrel. It's a hot tub, apparently. And you can only use it when the Gauntlet Runner is, parked. And as long as you have some bath salts, you might increase your stats, which actually help. So you might increase your strength, your magic, your endurance, agility, and what the hell was the other one? I forgot.
What now?
Luck. That's what it was. So you could actually raise one of those 5, and it would be really cool. And I really find that really helpful. So there's that. You have your party members. Pantry. Like I said, I forgot what I actually got in there last time. Toilets and a washroom.
All right.
I've never used the toilet. Let me see what it does.
Right.
Okay, so it makes you refreshed. No time has skipped. That's actually good. So we'll give you some more of an MP kind of guy, and it takes up a lot of magic just to defeat enemies. Let me show you guys how this works. Increasing my max MP. So Galga will go get one of your teammates.
Now then.
They'll just tell you a lot
Nonetheless,
about their past, of course. Extolled the virtues of clean clothes. Probably impressed with feeling my max MP is increased. Max MP is increased by 3, so I'm really excited about that. Found some money in the washing machine, must have gotten mixing with the laundry, and this is what your companion will say. Huh? Well, it's not mine, I don't think. Why don't you just hold on to it? And... oh, 2,500. That. So it's 2,500 at first, but as you move more, I think, either by bonding with your followers more, or progressing through the story.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Yeah, I think it's because if you advance in the story, the money grows bigger from each laundry. But at first, it starts with 2,500 reus, I think it was spelled. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced in darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart gauntlet runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While at an encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the Gauntlet Runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies through the trial. 3 days. Our first time camping in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm kind of excited. It will be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with someone? Oh yeah, you can actually definitely bond with Nurus, and if you do at a certain rank, if you do battle on his deck, you like. If you start somewhere at a town or a city, and you set your destination for somewhere, you might just encounter another candidate, or you might encounter monsters. You'll have to fight them to get them off of Nurse's Gauntlet Runner. But if, like I said, if you bond with Nurse a little more, like 2 or 3 rank, he will help you into the start of the fight. So that's really helpful. That's what I love about this game. It's so amazing, and the Gauntlet Runner is outstanding. I thought it would be even bigger, but this is actually enough. But this, I love this. This is actually a really cool thing. And I don't know what's behind this massive door. This leads to the end of the Gauntlet Runner. It's locked tightly to prevent accidental entry. I don't know where. Search the cockpit. Yeah, I haven't been able to get this open. I'm still working on that. I will let you know if it's really good or really bad, but yeah. I really still need to... Okay, how did she get in there? Oh, it's a glitch. Oh, that's cool. She can sit on your shoulder. I like that. Oh, and she can sit on your shoulders as much as she wants. That's awesome. That's actually pretty cool. Huh. But yeah, this is a really cool Gauntlet Runner, I have to admit. I still wonder what's behind that massive door, but other than that, this is the watchtower. Of course. Oh, I never knew you could check the windows. Oh. Oh, the watchtower, okay. Oh, wow. That is nice. Oh my god, that beautiful scenery. It's so awesome. Oh my god, this is the first time I've ever been on the watchtower. This is... I gotta admit, everyone, this is a really cool game. But yeah, like I said, I do have a different save file further into the story, but I won't spoil it for you guys. Yeah, that's really nice betting, I got to admit. But yeah, this is a really good game. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 for its amazing characters, the story so far, and the battle is, the battles is just really good. Squad battles are amazing, just like Persona. The real-time battles are interesting enough, and the activities you can do on the Gauntlet Runner and in towns are crazy good. So I'm gonna keep playing this tomorrow after I get off of my work. So I really do love this. It's, like I said, 10 out of 10 for me, and definitely excited to see more. But anyways, that's all the time I have for today. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, I almost forgot there's dishes here. Wait. Oh, I thought it was actually covering the whole thing. Oh man, that's hilarious. Oven? Some of those things are edible if you put them over quiet. Is that really true? That's something. Anyways, like I was saying, if you actually like this, give us a like. Comment down below if you what part of the stream that you enjoyed. And also share this with your friends and family to see if they like this as well, along with subscribing to the channel just to help it grow. And also, if you would like to follow me on X and Instagram to keep up to date with posts and delays or any postpones or polls or anything else. And apart from that, take care everyone as always. I'll see you guys in the next stream.